Welcome back to the channel, everyone. We are looking at the patch notes for Armor King. You have this screenshot here, which shows like a little bit of what you can expect from the shop side of it. So you can see special deals with the maid outfit, with the Jin outfit, with the Mommy June fit, and then you have the Armor King and King avatar fit coming to the what's it called. So these is some of the stuff you can expect in the shop. Now, as for the actual update. Let's see what they're doing. So, impact of the update, we can skip this part. This is just standard stuff that they say all the time. Supports Armor King, so Armor King will release in this update. Early access times, you guys can pause and read this if you want, but about time you watch this video, Armor King should be out in early access in about an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, right? So if you're staying up late, don't do that. Just get some rest, come back later, etc. Right? Same thing. Tekken shop. So we just looked at the Tekken shop items. You get a new fight pass as well because the fight pass expired. So a new fight pass. Also remember to complete the fight pass because when you complete it, you get coins after, and then you can you get your coins back and you get extra coins. So you can basically it's just a good deal. I bought the battle pass once and then I completed all of them, and I have just so much coins, enough to buy other skins and whatnot. So definitely do that. The developers also said that they are thinking about bringing some of the older fight passes back if you missed it. So yeah. And I saw someone in the YouTube chat say something about a Jester pack. Oh yeah, right here, Nightmare Jester pack. So we'll have to see what this looks like. I know Tekken House is going to be on the case trying to data mine the game and get all this stuff. So we'll see what the Jester is in some time. If I don't update soon, just go to the game, the shop, and it'll be there. Armor King skin, a limited time sale commemorating Armor King release will healed 75% off. So you get 75% off on Armor King skin, and that's for the character. So yeah, you save 100 coins. Now, balancing. In update version 2.6, adjustments have been made primarily to hitboxes and collision detection to address unintended behaviors. So this is kind of what Main Man was talking about when he said there's not going to be any big changes. They're doing hitboxes and collision behaviors. Improvements have been made, sound effects, voiceovers, visual effects to enhance overall quality. That's something that we always gloss over, but it makes a big impact on the game. Some moves that had their command inputs changed in version, so that's season 2, can now also be executed using their old command inputs. This change applies to only King and Lee, and no moves were assigned to those old inputs. Okay, so that's interesting because people. I think that has to do with the throw inputs. I saw FDX saying something about like chain throws and whatnot. I think that in Tekken 9 they need to clean up inputs as a whole because you have moves that are terrible inputs that collide with the rage art. If you're talking about Kazuya, you have moves that have generic inputs and just all type of garbage, bro. They gotta fix that. I don't want to rant too much about it, but in Tekken 9, when they have a fresh game, they got to do a better job with organizing all the inputs. Is this live? Yes, it is, bro. It will be a video soon. So when you just look at this, you can generally see what they're talking about. Reversal move throws are supposed to be breakable. However, due to an issue, throw escapes were impossible at 1 to 2 frames. So that's for Anna. Adjusted the collision detection for Asuka, so that's just a behavior. All of these are just behaviors. All of these. None of these impacted, because usually when they do a behavior change, it impacts the character in a positive way and it makes them stronger. I mean, technically, like this one for Anna, you could count it as a nerf because you weren't able to break the throw in a specific issue. Now you can, so technically it's a nerf, but it's not like the true nerf that we are expecting for the character. Clyde, fix an issue where the character positioning would become incorrect when a throw escape occurred near a wall. So I guess yeah, it's just neutral changes. It's just bug fixes everywhere. Devil Jin, the collision detection at the wall for this attack has been expanded downwards to make it harder to jump over the opponents. Collision detection for this attack has been expanded. So this is something, these changes are very minimal. It sounds like it reading it, but like this one for Devil Jin is pretty big. They expanded the hitbox so that you don't jump over anymore. That's a huge change, right? So even though they are listing this stuff as neutral, it's going to have an impact. The tracking capability of the second hit has been enhanced exclusively when the first attack connects on the ground, alleviating occurrences of whiffing midway through. So this is for Claudio's back four string and its multiple different input variations, right? Dragunov, while rising 2-1, the tracking capability of the second hit expanded when the first hit lands, mitigating the occurrence of whiffing midway through. So this is when you're slightly off axis and the move miss. Now it's not going to miss and you're going to get lit up by it. But I mean, to be fair, like if you get hit, should you get hit? Or if you're off axis, should you be off axis? I don't know. That's always the weird thing about Tekken 8 is when they make the second hit more tracking when the first hit lands to make it more natural. So, you know, um, Eddie, the collision detection for this attack has been expanded downwards to make it harder to jump over the opponent. The hitbox expanded to mitigate whiffing in certain moves. So yeah, bug fixes. Fakamram, 4 changes. Alleviated issue where the positional relationship with the opponent becomes different than intended when used near the wall. The hitboxes has been expanded downward, alleviating incidents whiffing. So that's for his Wild Rising 4. Adjusted the second hit no longer whiffs after the first hit connects to specifically against Kuma and Panda. So that's bear only thing. Heihachi, fix an issue where the second hit has already been input. The hitbox for the first hit was unintentionally reduced. Huh. Correcting a lot of issues. I wonder. So look, we're looking at all these fix this, fix that. Is this season 2 that they're fixing, or is this just like, what is this? Why is the game so buggy, so like flawed? Maybe it's just a really complex game, and they are trying to put the pieces together. Let's look at the next page. Second page. King. Oh, so this is what they were talking about with King, where his throws, you can now use the old inputs. You don't have to use these inputs. See, why would they make these inputs easier? Like, leave it the way that it was. See, it's like a certain point when they're trying to make the game too easy. When they're trying to make King's like multi-throw so like bad, you know? And an issue fix where when blocking the opponent's attack, the behavior that should be registered as grounded was incorrectly registered as airborne. In version 2.5, we adjusted the hitbox detection to fix an issue where attacks unintentionally hit opponents positioned behind the wall. Oh, behind the player. However, this caused existing combos to become inconsistent, so we expanded the hitbox downward. Yeah, I wonder how players will feel. You know, when people heard that there was no balance update, people were very disappointed. And I think that the developers should be more specific, because when they say that we're not going to balance the game until tournaments are over, major tournaments are over, people highly misunderstood what they meant. When I heard that, I thought they meant Evo Japan. I thought they meant, or not Evo Japan. I thought they meant Evo Vegas. I thought they meant EWC. I thought they meant whatever tournament happened, SEA majors. I thought they meant the SLT finals in Korea or Japan, whatever. I thought they meant Evo France, but it seems like they just mean tournaments as a whole. And it's weird because, like, why didn't you just say at the end of the world tour, we will bounce the game at the end of the world tour? Why would you say, I mean, it's a nitpick, but the terminology, the language that they use led the players so far astray, and it made us look, we basically had to figure it out ourselves. We had to look at the game, and we had to look at the patch notes and say, oh, they didn't do it this time. 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 And now we're just coming to the understanding that they're going to do it in season 3. So I think they should have communicated that better. And next time in the future, hopefully they do. Right? Hopefully they say, if there's a problem in season 3, hopefully there isn't. But if there's a problem in season, hopefully they fix it immediately, first off. But fix it first off, and then say, if you can't fix it first off, say exactly when you're going to fix it. At the end of Tekken World Tour, at the end of this, because it's too ambiguous and it's leading a lot of people astray. But yeah, that's the patch notes basically. Just balancing changes, behavioral changes, and even though it's all listed as neutral, these are big changes for your character if your character is listed. And I think it will have a impact on the game, making it more better, more efficient. But it's definitely not what the players want. Players want Anna dead, Harong dead. You can even say Yoshimitsu if you feel that way. You know. So another what appears to be step in the right direction, but is it satisfying? I don't know. But that's it though. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. And bye bye.